Hi all. This is going to be your Gemini Sun, Moon, and Rising video for August 2025. Keep in mind that this will be a general reading, and the messages may not resonate. Please check back to your Moon and Rising sign video, and if ever you want to get a reading from me, a personal reading on your situation, you can go to that web address right there, HiddenLotusTarot.com. I have several packages to choose from, and my turnaround time is 24 to 72 hours. I was just reading something online. So I have with me today the Radiant White deck, the La Vida Sibila for clarification should we need, and I'll pull a Psychic Oracle Tarot. Wait a minute, my candle went out and my incense went out, so let me light. This has been a crazy month. I can't believe it's almost August. That's even crazier. And I was just telling my mom the other day that I felt the days were getting shorter because the light is fading fast. And speaking of light, I have to go out and mow my grass. I just mowed it last week, but the weeds are taking over and the grass grows so fast. It takes me like 2 days to mow it, but I get it done. So let me turn the camera around. I've already done some meditation and shuffling on your sign and glyph. So let's turn the camera around and get started with the reading. I'm going to do another shuffle and rifle. This will be a 9-card spread. I need to slow down because my speech is somewhat garbled. So let me take a few breaths. Let me finish shuffling the cards first, and then I think my speech will slow down or become clearer. Let's cut the deck. Okay. 9 cards down. Here we go. The Emperor, the 9 of Cups, the 7 of Cups. Oh wow. Next row, the 4 of Swords. So there's 2 4s. The Emperor is a 4. The Knight of Coins. The 8 of Coins. Last row, the World card, the 9 of Pentacles, two 9s, 2 4s. The last card down, the Page of Swords. What is over the entire reading? The energy, the Ace of Pentacles. That's great. So what do I have? I have 2 major arcana cards, which are your spiritual lessons. I have 2 cups. I have 3 pentacles and 2 swords. This damn thing keeps getting in my way. Okay. So let me say that again because I couldn't see. I have 2 major arcana, 2 cups, 3 pentacles, 2 swords. I already told you about the major arcana cards, what they mean. But the cups represent your emotions, just how you feel about a person, place, or thing, or situation. Swords represent what your thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communication. And coins either represent finances or the doing of something, the third dimension. The cards are read past, present, future. Past, present, future with the interplay of the cards. Right, let's start in the center. Right in the center, I have the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles, all knights to me represent messages. Some message comes to you, and the situation moves along. So that's the purpose of knights. They move situations along. But this is the slowest knight of the deck. See how large and lumbering his horse is? And he's standing stock still. So the story is, when the Knight of Pentacles shows up in a reading, you should welcome him with a cool glass of water because it's been a long time. But the message is usually good news. He's holding the Ace of Pentacles. See? So either it means something new is going to happen, or you're going to do something new, or you may be offered something new. Right across the top, I have the Emperor. And I don't know if this is somebody who is like a boss or a mentor to you, but it could be. If it's not someone that you know in your work life, because I have no wands here. So if there's nobody in your life that's like that represents like a boss or a mentor, this card is speaking about reason and logic. Thinking things over, being logical about it, and making a decision. Now, the Emperor is usually an Aries male, an older male. He may be, like I said, a boss, a friend, a mentor, someone that you know you can go to get advice from him. Notice there are no kings here. So I always say an emperor is more than a king. So this is somebody who has a lot of knowledge. He's probably has a very high standing in the community. He does a lot of things. He can even be a coach. He may have some military background or like military background because he thinks strategically. But if he's not somebody, if he's somebody you are sparring with, he can be his way or the highway. He doesn't take no too much. So we go over here to the Nine of Cups. And then Nine of Cups, I have a love-hate relationship with that card because it never tells me anything except that you get what you wish for. And sometimes we have to be careful what we wish for. Okay? But then he's connected, the Nine of Cups is connected to this Emperor. I feel that strongly. And you're like, maybe he's satisfied or he's I don't want to say content, but then we come to the Seven. I think the Seven of Cups is about you, Gemini. And I think that this man has offered you maybe a job or position or something, but you are confused. It's a Seven, and all sevens say that you should stop and think about what you're doing before stepping out. The Nine is like the same energy, but this has a different energy because the Nine of Cups it implies getting your wish, getting your dreams, what you want may come true, will come true. So it doesn't say, it doesn't have the same energy as a regular 9, which is also stop and think what you're doing before you step out. So the 7 of Cups represents having too many choices that you don't know what to choose from. It can represent fantasies, dreams, building castles in the sky, trying to have everything at once. It's not possible. Look at the card. The person is in relief, like he's having a nightmare. And the cups represent self-actualization, temptation, property, riches, peace, and power. And there's a 7th thing that unidentified under the shroud. And so the 7 says, if you stop and think about what you really want or what's most important, some of these items in the cup may fall away. Maybe you don't need power right now. Maybe you don't need peace right now. So if you can identify what the thing is under the shroud, all other choices may fall away. The thing that's most important. It doesn't say you can't reach your dreams. It says you can most definitely reach your dreams if you choose wisely. Yeah? Come down to the present row. Yes. I have the 4 of Swords. To me, it always indicates a prior conflict of some sort because of 3 swords on the wall. See? But they're at rest. And this sword down here, I call this my ghosting card. Someone you have sort of backed away from them, or you haven't had any contact with them because you need your mental peace, you need your rest, physical rest. So the card has associations with rest, physical rest, mental peace, meditation. You gotta think. But once you're finished thinking, you can pick up a 4th sword and will back. That's right here. There it is. We go over to the 8 of Coins. And the 8 of Coins is literally about somebody making money. There, you may have be like a craftsman, or you work for yourself and you're literally making money. But 8s represent either karmic numbers that have to do with money, or they can represent a pause in the action, like a delay, some kind of obstacle or hassle. But the guy is literally making money. So it may be like you've been approached to do some kind of work, but it's like entry level work, or what do they call it? Apprentice work. But either way, you are happy to be doing what you're doing. Okay? And so you work gladly. The World card. First of all, it says to me that you are protected at this time. See how the figure is in a wreath? And she's balanced. She's holding 2 wands in her hands. So it's a balanced situation. But the World card really talks about graduation of sorts. It's like graduating on a spiritual level, going to the next level. It could be even about graduating in work. But usually it's a spiritual lesson. And it says that you have all the experience, knowledge, and skill that you need to make your own decisions. So don't allow anybody to rush you in your decisions or try to tell you what to do, because you know what's best for you. No, not nobody else, you. And so if you're hearing this message and you're trying to make a decision, you're trying to decide what to do, this card tells you what to do. It says you should go for it, because things are only, it's a new cycle for you. But use your own judgment about making a decision about what to do. Now, this Knight and this 8 of coins represent this card, the 9 of coins. And if you look, we have 9 coins here with the 10th. Or 9 coins here with the 10th. And you have 2 coins which always talk about making a decision about what to do. A choice, an option, or duality, a crossroads. You have to make a decision. And that, I think that the biggest card came out about that. Telling you have everything that you need. Not everything that you need, but you have lived enough to make your own decisions. You trust your own judgment. And there's an increase from an 8 to a 9. The offer. So this card is about someone who works alone and does well for it. But it says that you have worked hard. You have ignored all the distractions. You have put your nose to the grindstone. And you have things to show for it. You're almost exactly where you want to be. And where you are is not bad, because you have enough to take care of yourself. Look at her. She's dressed in her finery. She's standing in her backyard, and she has grapes. It takes a long time to grow grapes. You have to need the right soil, the right altitude, the right air, the right sun, the right water. But once you get the grapes, you can make jelly, you can make jam, you can even dye clothes, you can make wine. So you have something to show for it. And sometimes this card represents to me a move, a house move, or a location move. Like an office move or something. Because I only know a few animals that carry their homes on their backs. But it represents a slow, steady increase. I have 2 9s. Remember I said that. And finally, we have the Page of Wands. If you look diagonal here, we have the big message first comes in. It may not be where you are yet, but it's coming in. It says so. And then we have this card. It's a smaller message. I think maybe right now, because Mercury is in retrograde, maybe the communications kind of fell off, or you asked for time to think about something. Remember, thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, and communication. I don't see any fights here, because the 4 and the Page make a 5, but I don't see that because the sword is at rest. So this is about communication. The Page of Swords is a student of communication. He's not afraid to get to the truth when need be. He'll ask the hard questions. If it's about a promotion, you need to know what you're going to be doing, how much they're going to pay you, what the new position entails. And be careful, because nowadays companies are trying to get excuse me, trying to get employees to do 2 or 3 jobs and pay them 1 salary. So don't get caught in a salary trap. I think you have an opportunity here to take a new path, to do something new. This may be a new job, a new move, a new career, but something new is happening to you. You can take a different path. Now, the 2 4s say that you're in a safe, secure time period, and maybe thinking that you don't want to change, or you're not interested in anything new. And the 2 nines always spell a change in career and finances. And sometimes a change of address. And that's what I have for you, Gemini. It can't be all that bad. And I'm not going to pull any cards, Sibila cards on this because it's clear to me. I don't know when the timing is. It could be, maybe you're going through it right now. Maybe you might be right in the middle of it. It may continue out until August. Well, trust me, some good news is coming. So let's pull a Psychic Gold Tarot. I don't see anything that could go wrong unless you don't choose wisely. So think about what you want to really do. Don't allow anybody to talk you out of what you want to do. Maybe you could speak to some people like him who can advise you, but ultimately it's going to be your decision. This card tells you so. We're all responsible for our own decisions. Don't let anybody ever sway you from what you think you ought to be doing or what's right for you, because nobody knows what's right for you. The card is Wisdom, the Hierophant. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. This card illustrates that there is a spiritual teacher who's about to influence you or step into your life to impart his or her wisdom. Look around. Is there someone in your life who has the acumen, education, knowledge, and ability to integrate spirituality and its laws into the constraints of the physical world? This could be a compassionate person who offers guidance and inspiration and reminds you that you are so much more than a physical being. You're also a spiritual being with unlimited potential. You may also have drawn this card to confirm that it's time to reach out and find an organization or group of like-minded souls. Being part of a group where you can be yourself, share your thoughts, and give valuable feedback can infuse you and encourage you to be all that you can be. Kindred support helps you live life to your highest ideals, finding the true inspiration and enlightenment that's part of your soul. Over time, the student often becomes a teacher, so don't be surprised when others seek you out and find you. The card of Wisdom is letting you know that you have much to share, whether you realize it or not. It's a Hierophant. The Hierophant. And so that's your reading for August 2025. And good luck, Gemini.